Hello and welcome to Love Angles Car Series with BC Ugbo. Today I will be talking about sex drives, libido. Sorry, I said that out loud. I mentioned sex drives and libido. When your sex drives are different, if you are in a relationship with your partner, your spouse, and you get to a level where your sex drives are different, what do you do? It's a major one, because in as much as people do not like coming out to talk about it, it has wrecked marriages that I know of, and it's a pity that we in the body of Christ don't like to talk about it, but it happened. As human beings, we are still on earth, and while we have this life and we have this body and we have this flesh, we also need to talk about things that will help us navigate well. And the love mistress has come with this particular one. I'm going to talk about it whether you like it or not. So what do you do when your sex drives are different? Now I want you to understand that our sex drives are fluid. It's not static. So you could actually start out with having a very high libido and high sex drive, and after a while, it could be as a result of anything, your sex drives come down. One of the things that causes changes in sex drive is energy levels, hormonal imbalances, stress, anxiety, and so forth, so on and so forth. Those things can make your sex drives change, go up and down. It just keeps going up and it keeps coming down. Now, if you are in a position where, let's take for instance, your husband's sex drive has come down and is affecting your relationship, or your sex drive has come down and he is complaining and is affecting your sexual relationship, I'm going to be giving you tips on what to do. So when I come back, I'll give you those tips. Welcome back. So today I'm talking about what to do when your sex drives are different, what to do when your libido levels are different. The first thing you need is understanding, communication, and compassion. Very strong, very key. If you happen to reduce, or your spouse reduces, the libido level reduces, and it's giving you concerns, it's giving you problems, the first thing to do is to talk about it. Very, very important, because you might not really know what is happening in total. Sometimes people misinterpret it like my husband is now cheating and that's why he no longer finds me attractive. I've heard certain ladies and women say he doesn't touch me anymore like he used to. Probably he has one side chick somewhere who's attending to him. And at the end of the day, we found out that the guy had no chick that was touching him, but his libido had reduced, because at that point, this particular guy had lost his job. And so sex was not in his mindset at all. He was thinking of how to make money and make sure the kids and the family feeds. And I'm not talking about people who are poor, because we know that the poor people do more because, you know, they are on that level. I'm talking about someone who has been high and suddenly fell. So sex is the last thing that's going to be on that person's mind. And if we hadn't started getting into that, finding solutions, we wouldn't have known. The wife had already concluded that maybe there's one side chick somewhere that's taking my husband's attention. So if you don't talk about it, you will not know the reason that it's happening. The second thing is to find out the root cause. What is causing this? Sometimes is psychological. Sometimes it could be a number of things. It could be, like I mentioned, the person who lost his job. It could be psychological. It could be out of depression. It could be the fact that the body is no longer responding because the body is lacking certain things that will make you respond. So if you don't find the root cause, why your libido, it could be you, it could be your spouse, has gone down, you will just be casting blames and suspecting everybody that they have come after you. So it's very, very important. If you notice in the life of your the sexual life of your partner or your sexual life, that you can easily tell when you no longer feel it, the best thing to do is to find out why that is happening. Now, my third point, make an effort. Make an effort. I had a case one time where somebody called me and told me that she's been married for just about 6 months, and she realized that for every time her husband touched her, she wasn't feeling anything anymore. And she was asking me, why is it so? Before she knew, before the guy could say a word, before the guy could touch, she's already melting. But right now she's discovering herself that she's no longer interested in sex, she's no longer melting when the guy touches, and it's becoming a problem because the guy is noticing and asking what is the problem. And then she called me. The first question she asked me was, did it happen to you in the course of your marriage? What did you do about it? And what can I do to avert it? One of the things I told her was to make an effort. It's very, very important to make an effort. You have to compromise most of the time. And I told her, I said, do it sometimes even when you don't feel like it. This is a marriage relationship. You need to make it work. Now, don't say because I don't feel like it. Something you used to do every day reduces to 3 times a week, and then finally once in 2 weeks, and finally once in 2 months. It will be unfair to your other partner because you are the one who's going through that downtime in your libido and not your partner, not your spouse. And so it will be unfair to suffer your spouse because you have 1 or 2 issues. You need to compromise, and sometimes you do it when he wants it, not because you are in the mood, but you have to put yourself in the mood to do it, just to, just to satisfy him a bit. But then if you don't talk about it with him, he will not know that you're having that problem. And at the end of the day, it boils down to communication. At every point in time in your marriage relationship, you need to communicate to one another, and that helps you. That solves a lot of issues for you. The 4th point I have here is to condition your mind. The best sexual organ is the mind. So when you tell your mind that today, I'm going to do my husband. Today. You prepare your mind even while you're in the office, all day at work. Don't let anything get under your skin. Prepare your mind. Tell your mind that today something must happen. Today, something must happen. Dress the part. Look the part. When you get home before him, get your mind ready. Play some music, just chill around. Drive all those children to go to their room and go and sleep. Those children know how to cause things. Just drive them, make sure they sleep on time, feed them well, and make sure they sleep on time. Lock their room. Get ready. Settle yourself. Finish up what you need to finish up and settle your mind. By the time he gets in, because you have already programmed your mind that I'm going to do this today, it makes it easier for you and you just flow. I like that kind of flow. So you have to condition your mind. If you realize that your libido is going down, from time to time you condition your mind, and that is going to help you in your marriage relationship. Remember, I'm talking to married people. All those young people, I don't send you. I'm talking to, on this issue, I'm talking to the married ones. All right, the 5th point is to explore sex at unusual times. Who told you it's only the bedroom and it's only in the middle of the night that you do it? Who told you that? Shh, don't let anybody hear. You can do it in the car. You can do it in the pool. You can do it in the bush. Don't let any animal bite you. You can do it anywhere. Just make it fun. You can do it in the office. You can do it anywhere. So don't condition your mind that this must only be in this bedroom, this particular room, in the middle of the night when the lights are out. Remember, you're trying to solve a problem. So by the time you add spice to your sexual life, you spice it up, you change the scenarios, change a few things. It could be that the problem is what do they call this, repetition. Maybe you've been doing one particular thing over and over and it gets boring. It could be that is why your libido or his libido has come down. It's now boring. So what's special about it? So spice it up. Do some, let me not use the word nasty. It's allowed if you're married. Just find out ways that you can just spice up your sexual life, and that could take up your libido again. The final point I have here, if you happen to find out that your libido levels are different and it's causing issues in your marriage, is to get help with natural products. Get help. There are certain fruits I know that you can eat that helps to boost you. Somebody talked to me one time about watermelon and watermelon seeds. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Have you ever seen malams eating watermelons a lot? They do. They don't play with it. Those people know how to fire. Watermelons are good. Avocados, bananas, those are sexual fruits. They provide important vitamins and minerals that can help to increase blood flow to the genitals, and this makes it easy for you to have a balanced libido, a high libido, whatever it is. So find out those fruits and eat them regularly. You can also seek help if it's something that's medical. Seek help from a medical practitioner. One or two things can be done for you to help you and make sure that you stay healthy and stay sexually healthy in your relationship. I used to tell people, when you see someone who is happy in any relationship, sexually happy, you can always tell. It transfers to the other aspects of life. The ladies hardly get upset. They don't nag. That's the truth. And things flow easily compared to people who are not having it regularly. It might be a myth, but I've noticed it works like that. So these are some of the ways that you can help yourself or help your partner if you happen to find out that your libido levels are different and it's causing problems in your marriage relationship. And that's all I have for you today. So if you have learned from this video, give me the thumbs up. Don't be stingy with it. Give me that like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you again next week. Ciao, ciao.